Hey everybody, Cyril here with some exciting news. As you probably already know, I've been collecting classic magazines for a while now and have a complete library of most of the biggest and smallest game mags of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. It's the whole reason we're able to post episodes of Electronic Gaming Monthly's Best and Worst, Superplay's Top 600, and of course the Nintendo Switch Online review crew. However, despite my best efforts to complete the collection, there have been a few classic magazines that have evaded me. One of them is Die Hard GameFan, or at least it was. You see, I'm proud to announce that after years of looking under every single rock, I have finally been able to track down all the issues that I was missing and fully archive GameFan's reviews. This is a big deal, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're unfamiliar with the history of Die Hard GameFan, then all you really need to know is that it was created in 1992 as the official magazine of the Die Hard Game Store, a California-based import shop that advertised heavily in Electronic Gaming Monthly and GamePro in the early 1990s. Lacking the cash and the resources of the bigger players, Die Hard GameFan sold themselves as the Gamers magazine. They were basically a half step up from being a fanzine, complete with rampant typos and articles from inexperienced writers. If EGM was a major TV network like, say, NBC or CBS, then Die Hard GameFan was the public access channel way up the dial. And you better believe that the editors played into that reputation. This was a magazine that got into lengthy fights with Electronic Gaming Monthly and even got into trouble with their edgy jokes. They also published reviews that were almost purposely out of step with everybody else. Let's take Cybermorph as just one of the many examples. If you watched our EGM Ranks episode from a couple of days ago, then you already know that the review crew gave it an average score of 5 out of 10. It's just right in the middle of the scale. GameFan, on the other hand, gave it an average score of 97.75%. And yes, more than one of the editors called it perfect. Not convinced? Want another example? Alright, well, when Superplay reviewed Super Mario All-Stars, it ended up being their second best reviewed game of all time with a 96%. GameFan, on the other hand, gave it a 79.5% and said, and I quote, "I'm sorry, but the old Mario games just haven't stood the test of time. The music and sound effects are great, but the control is too loose and it's just too cuddly. I believe it's time that we retire Mario for a more 90s character." Yeah, imagine being the person that said that in 1993, only 3 years after Super Mario Bros. 3 came out. Look, the 88 issues published between 1992 and 2000 are chock full of these baffling reviews, which is just one of the reasons that I've been trying so hard to get my hands on this entire collection. And now that I have them all and have archived all 1,285 reviews, I desperately want to do something with it. I mean, for as interesting as Superplay and EGM have been, Die Hard GameFan is so batshit crazy that you can't take your eyes off of it. It would be medical malpractice for me to not go down a lengthy GameFan arc. Obviously, I'm going to turn this archive into a bunch of lists. That's just what we do here, so don't act too surprised. However, I want to hear your thoughts on how we should go about this. I initially considered doing this like our Electronic Gaming Monthly's Best and Worst series, where we go year by year and look at the 10 best reviewed games and the 5 worst. That would cover a lot of ground, but my fear is that it would limit how many games that we talk about. If we go year by year, we're really only going to hit 135 games, leaving well over 1,100 crazy reviews still on the table. I also considered going down the Superplay Top 600 route, where we quickly count down 50 games in an episode by using nothing more than GameFan's own review quotes. This would, of course, be the most thorough route, as it would allow us to go through all 1,285 reviews over the course of a couple dozen episodes. This would obviously be much longer and require more work. It would also be complete. It would really be the last word in GameFan reviews. So, what do you say? Which type of countdown would you prefer? Or do you have an idea of a hybrid countdown? I'm open to ideas, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Ideally, this would be a series that runs at the same time as a lot of our other shows, like EGM Ranks and the Nintendo Switch Online Review Crew and Game Over and all those. Together, I think we can make the best countdown yet, and it couldn't be for a better magazine. And look, even before we get to the counting, I'm first going to go over diehard game fans' rocky history in the upcoming weeks. We're really going to dig into the EGM versus GameFan feud, complete with quotes from both magazines. We're also going to get into the racism, as well as the rumors of the drug use. I'm telling you, if you want drama, then we're going to have plenty of that when it comes to diehard game fan. You have no idea. Now that I have all 88 issues, the sky is the limit, and you better believe that I'm going to seize that opportunity. So, look for the diehard game fan coverage to start up shortly, and please, give me your thoughts on how we should best count down the reviews. Oh boy, these are exciting times.